Hello everyone, Courtney here from How to Loom Your Dragon. Welcome to welcome back to Sunny's tutorial, to part 3. Okay, in this part we will be working on her main body and attaching pretty much everything we've made so far to it. Okay, so this has to be done in several parts. Okay, so let's begin here. I'm going to start with the neck, taking 2 gold bands at a time. Whoops. Alright, so I went down 8 times, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, I'm going to double loop horizontal here, and here, and here, and one more, and now I'm going to take 2 at a time. Okay, so now I'm going to take her cute little head, and I'm going to attach the top 3 yellow tied ends to these 3 pegs. Okay, make sure you attach the top ends, and we want to attach it right side up. Okay, so once I attach an end, this end, I'm gonna loop up, because it might be a little tricky. I should have actually moved it to the bottom of the loom, but oh well. Alright, let's do the opposite side. So wrap that and loop up. Okay, now we're going to wrap the final set around the middle. Don't get the black tied bands caught up in there. Alright, so once you've wrapped it, then we're going to take the orange thing. And it doesn't really matter which end you start with. I'm going to start with the end where the cat band is, though. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it around that same peg, that first end. And then I'm just going to loop up the gold bands. Okay, then I'm going to flip the orange thing to the other side and go through the next loose end and wrap that around here. And then loop up and again flip it to this side. If you don't flip it every time, then it'll still look okay, but it'll kind of be bent in one direction afterward, which is why I like to rotate it so it comes out more like balanced. So after each time, we'll flip it to the opposite side. And make sure you don't miss any ends. Okay. Okay, this last set we're not going to attach, we're just going to tie off the ends. I'm going to use yellow, a different color than these bands that are tying off the orange piece. Alright, so now we can take this off. Alright. But I'm going to leave it on there for now, okay? We're not going to pull off the tying bands yet. Okay, so put that aside. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Let me just make a mark on my diagram. Okay, so this next part we have to do in 3 parts, okay? So I'm going to go down the middle with 2 golds at a time. Hold on, I'm just thinking for a second here. You know what, we're gonna, yeah, okay, sorry, we're good. For a second I thought I was starting with the wrong part, but it should work out. Mwahaha. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 bands like that and 2 like that, and then I'm going to take 2 to the center. So 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 more times here and here, and then I'm going to go this side again. So these are, none of these are double looped. These are all 2 bands at a time. Okay, now I'm gonna take her, okay, and we're gonna wrap the 3 yellow ends around these 3 pegs. But as we do that, we want to take off tying bands. Okay, so make sure you attach it right side up. Alright, then once we've attached it, we want to lift up the top 2 bands in each set and put 2 horizontals down, and then replace. Okay, just like that. Now, I'm going to be putting some loose bands on the edge. So let me just take a look at my diagram. Let's go up the center first. So here, we're going to attach the next set, okay? So we'll go through these bands here, and we will be wrapping them around here. Okay, so the next set gets wrapped around that bottom peg. We'll loop up once. Okay, and then we'll rotate it to the other side. Wrap it around that side and loop up. Same thing again, rotate it and wrap it. Oops. Make sure you are grabbing the right bands. Okay, so we're not wrapping it around this end peg here. Alright, so now we are going to be putting some loose bands along the edges where we have 2 single bands going across all 3. Okay, so that means we're putting 2 here, and 2 here. Okay, you know what, let's loop this. So we'll loop up 1, 2, 3 times. So once, and twice, and then we'll put 2 more gold bands on the next peg, and we'll loop up the 3rd set here. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Okay, now here is where we're going to attach the wing. Okay, so take one of your wings. You're going to hold it like this. Okay. I'm going to go through the gold set here. Make sure you're holding it like this. Wrap it around this peg. Put 2 gold bands on the next peg. And loop up. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go through the next set and wrap it around that peg. Take 2 gold bands and put it on the next one. 2, 3, 4. Loop up. One, 2, 3, 4. So we need to put on one more here, or 2 more bands there. Okay. So now I'm going to loop the first set of the yellow, or wrap around the first set of the yellow here. And loop up. And go through the middle set. Whoops. Ugh. Come on. Make sure those stay on the peg. Don't let them come off. Wrap the next set around. Loop that up. Grab the next set. So we're just going to continue going up here. Okay, and the final set goes right around here. Okay, let's do the other side. Haha, so take the other wing, we're going to hold it like this, okay? Go through the first set here, the gold set, and wrap it around here. Then take 2 gold bands, put them here on the next peg, then loop up. Alright, attach the next set around there, and put 2 gold bands on the next peg, and loop up. Attach the next set, and take 2 more gold bands here, loop up, and attach the next set. We'll just continue attaching and looping. There's going to be a lot of tying bands to take off after this part. Alright. I'm gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna take, what color here can I use? Orange now. Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 random bands to tie off here. It's probably gonna look strange to you when we take it off. Alright. Oh, she's gonna be so adorable. I'm really excited. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take off all the tying bands around the wings. Okay, so just bear with me. It might take a while. Okay, because sometimes these can get in the way, especially when we're doing the next step. These can get in the way, so I'm taking off just these orange tying bands for now. Make sure you don't take off the 3 at the end, though. That's very important. Alright, so I took off the tying bands around the wings. Now I'm going to take off black ones from the back piece that I have already attached. Okay. And hopefully they were all attached good. And your orange pieces won't come off. Alright, I'm going to leave the 3 on around the neck here, the 3 yellow ones, because we'll kind of need them as a guide in our next part. If you already took them off, don't panic though, it's not a big deal. Alright, then I'm just going to be tugging on these loose bands here, on the edge. Okay, get them all outward to the edge. Okay. And then we'll be tugging on these ones too later. Okay, so let's work on the next part. I think she's my favorite one. She's so cute. Okay, so now we're going to do the sides here where her front legs are going to go. so we are gonna take gold. See, one, two, okay. We're gonna go straight down here with 2 gold at a time. This one we're going to bend this way, like that. Okay, then we're going to go count down 6 sets, and we're going to go outward. Down. And then you know what we'll go? We'll lift up these 2. We'll put 2 here, and then we'll put these 2 here like this. Just like that, okay? See how I did that? Alright, so now we're going to take her, and we're going to go through. Well, I did take off those bands. Figures. The next set here. So, okay, we're going to count down 8. 8 sets. Let me see, where is the... I have to make sure I get this right. Hold on. Okay. The set that the wing is, the first set of the wing, that the set that it's attached to, you're going to count up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these bands here. Okay, we're going to open them up. Okay, so open up this set here and wrap around. Let me just make sure that was right. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much the set right before the set where you have these kind of sticking out a little bit. Okay, and then once you've done that, you're going to take these ones here, not the ones that are really sticking out, the ones in front of them. Wrap around here. Then the next set, you're going to wrap around both of those. The next set, you'll wrap around these, and we'll be able to tell if we did it right by doing this part. Okay, like that. Two, three, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see what I did. Oh well. Just have to go like that. Alright, so I went like that. Okay, we still have an extra set here that's sticking out, and let me just do a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, this should have been a lesser set. One that was in more, but oh well. It's not a big deal. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so now you're going to take your front leg. Make sure you take the one where the muscle's facing up and the thumb's facing down, like this, okay, because you have 2 opposite ones, or you should. And we're going to go through this set here. And we're going to wrap it. Wait, no, that was right. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me see. This set goes around there. Big set here. Big set here. Big set here. Big set here. Why is that not adding up? Big loose set, big loose set, big loose set, I must have wrapped. This is not making sense to me. The first big loose set went around here. Why are there 4? Why are there 5? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I just figured out what I was reading wrong. Anyway, yeah, let's attach that. Sorry. Don't worry, everything's fine. Trust me. I just realized that I made a stupid mistake when looking at my diagram. But it's all perfectly fine. Okay, wrap them all around. Make sure you go through the loops and not between them. Okay, so I wrapped them all around. And now I'm going to loop like that. Okay, now we have to dig in here and grab the diagonal. Might be a little tricky. Okay, and this will bring to here. It's a little tricky there. And I'm going to loop up here part of the way, just up to here. And here, I'm going to loop up and loop up here and here and here. And you know what we'll do with this loose set? This was actually supposed to be a little tighter, but what we'll do is first let's lift her up a little bit. It's going to be just fine. She's going to look just as good. I'm going to take that final loose set and I'm going to double wrap it around here, but we don't want it to be too stretched out, so if you could take it and just do a double wrap around that peg, that should tighten it up. And if it ends up looking terrible later, we'll just take those off. Okay? Alright, so let's lift her up a tiny bit more, just a little. Grab the next 2 bands and just wrap them around that one peg and loop up. Next 2, go around this guy, loop up. Next 2, go around this guy and loop up. Next 2, go around this guy, loop up. I'm going to lift off a little more. And the final 2, which are hidden in here somewhere, where are you? There they are, wrap around here. Alright, and we can tie off this. Use a better band. Alright, yeah, it turned out just fine. Once we've done that, we can pull off the 3 tying bands around the front leg. And then we'll do the other side. Oh, she's so cute and little. Look here, guys. Rawr. Okay, so this one is going to be same thing on this side, right? So we're doing exactly the same thing, but opposite. Symmetry, right? Alright, lift up these 2 guys and put 2 right here, and then replace these. Alright, let's do the other side of this area. So now, We're gonna count up 4 sets like we did on the other side from where the wing is attached. So there's that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once you've done that, go through the loops and wrap them around here. And then grab that next set in there that's not extremely loose. Wrap around here. The next really loose set goes around here. The next really loose set goes around those two. And here. And let's do one more here. Okay, now we'll take the other front foot. Remember, the front legs are longer than the back legs. Okay. Hold it like this. Go through the first set here and wrap it right around here. Alright, the middle set gets wrapped right around here, and the end set will go right around here. Okay, so let's loop this. So let's do this diagonals. Then we gotta go in here and grab the diagonals like that. We can loop up most of that. Okay, make sure it's still attached down around the middle peg here. Okay, it might have come off. Alright, and then loop up again, loop up again, and loop up again. Yay! Lift up a little bit, lift her off slightly. Now this last loose set, what we'll do is we'll double wrap it like we did on the other side, so wrap it twice around that peg. Alright, and then we'll loop up this guy and this guy. Lift her up a little more. Alright, now we gotta find the next loose set, which I think is this one. This is a little tricky here for some reason. It's hard for me to find the sets. Alright, then tie off. Yay. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her so far, guys. Do you love her or what? She's so tiny. I love her. She's so cute. Alright, we'll take off the tying bands. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, let's do her back half now. Oh, she's gonna be so adorable. I'm like so excited because she's so darn cute. Oh, Sunny. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So now we will do her back half. So this part isn't going to be too difficult here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gold starting here. Alright, 2 bands across here, 2 across here, 2 across here, and we'll put 2 across here as well. Okay. Now you want to grab your back like this one. Okay, you have 2. Make sure you grab this one with the muscle facing up, the back toe facing the back. Go through this set in the front here and wrap this right around here. And the next set gets wrapped right around here. Next set gets wrapped right around here. Okay, I'm going to take her, and we have 5 loose ends here. We'll go through she's right side up, the edge at the end. Take off the tying band because we do need to put horizontals in there. Then the next one. And the center one. Okay, the center one, which is the column where the orange piece is attached to. We'll lift up the top 2 bands in each set, and we'll place 2 gold across, and then we'll rest 2 gold on this edge peg here, then we'll replace the loops. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop up this way first. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to take 2 loose bands here and 2 here and 2 here. Alright, now we're going to attach the next set of the orange. Okay, so let's see, we're going to go through the next set. Wrap it around that bottom peg, take down, and loop up. Then rotate it. And wrap it on the next set. And loop up that set. Rotate it. And wrap it up, rotate it, wrap it, loop up, rotate it, wrap it, loop up. Okay, I'm going to tie off these 2 ends. Pull this off. I'm going to take off the sets around the leg. Put 3 sets of black here. And the sets around the back piece that have already been attached. Okay, and then I'm going to tug those loose bands to this side, to the inside, Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of really loose ones, and then 1 set at the back of this kind of loose one. Alright, let's do the other side. Okay. Alright, so it looks like that. Once I've done that, I'm going to attach the 2 loose ends here to these 2 pegs. Make sure you take the tying bands off as you do that. Lift up the top 2 in each set, and we'll pull that first set of really loose bands across there and replace. Then we'll wrap the next set around there, next set around here, this set around here. Now we'll attach the other back leg, so hold it like this, okay? Go through the first set. Oops. Goes around here. Middle set. Like that. Okay, and then we will loop, let's loop some like that. About this. Alright, we want to attach that semi-loose set from this side right onto there. Loop that and loop up. Alright, tie off this end. Take that off. Yay! And now we can take off the orange bands around the legs, or around the one leg, because we already took off the other ones. Alright, so now she looks like this, and she's so cute. So now we gotta do her tail. She's so cute. Okay, let's do her tail. So, this is a little easier because there's fewer steps for the tail because it's skinnier. So we'll take 2 bands at a time. Okay, we're gonna double loop across here, across here, across there, and across here, and the rest we're doing 2 at a time. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Now take your dragon, and we're going to attach the 3 loose ends to these 3 pegs while taking off the tying bands. And we will put 2 horizontals underneath. Okay. And then replace the top loops. Okay, so how we're gonna do this, let's see. I'm gonna start by going up the side here. Up to here, okay? And we'll do that on the other side. Alright, now here we'll attach the next end around. And we'll dig down and loop up. And then we'll lift and rotate to the other side. For the next one, loop up. Okay, once I've wrapped it around this one, I'm gonna, this guy, oh wait, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am, I have to. Alright, let's see how this works. Loop that, this, and loop this. Now what I have to do is I have to lift up the top 2 bands in each of these, and I have to double loop a gold and be able to get it through this next set. So if you have another hook, use that. You can use a pencil to hold these bands if you don't have another hook. So what you gotta do is you gotta stick your hook through here, pull the gold band on, and wrap it like this. Then you want to replace the loops back on. It's a little tricky, but if you take your time, you should be able to do it. That's why it's good to have 2 hooks. But even if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Okay, like that. And now we'll take another double looped gold and go through the next set and pull it through and put it across the next 2 pegs. Like that. See how I'm doing this now, and we'll do the same with the next one. Go through the next set. Make sure you're not skipping any. through and wrap it. And then we can loop up the side. Okay, and then tie off your two ends. We're getting there now. Pull off. Okay, now I'm going to pull off the tying bands around the orange part that's already attached. Alright, we're getting there. She looks really cool. Okay. Now we will do the next part. So, now we're doing the next part. Oh, I love her. She's my favorite. I just want to play with her. She's so cute. Anyway, alright, so now we'll take 3 gold at a time. Down the middle. Okay. And then we'll split. Okay, like that. Alright, so now take her and we'll wrap the 2 tied ends around these 2 pegs. Take off the tying bands as you do it. Alright, now, if you only have 1 hook, use a pencil for this part to lift up the top 2 bands off of each set. Okay. Then you want to go through the next loose end. Okay. That's the next one. Okay. And then you want to double loop a gold through those loops and wrap them around the bottom pegs. And then you want to replace these loops back over. Like that. Okay. And we're going to do that with the next set. We're not looping up yet. Okay. Very important not to loop up. Go through the next set. Pull through. I can loop up once now, just one time. Alright, let's do the next one. So go through, double loop, pull the double loop through, and wrap. Like that. Then you can loop up once more. We're just continuing that. Okay. Adding some length to her tail. Oops, that goes there. Alright, now we'll loop up here and here, and we'll wrap the next set around. Start from this side, loop up these 3, rotate to the other side, wrap those, loop up. You can kind of lift up a little bit now. Okay, let's do the other side. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Alright, tie off this end. Alright, take off all the tying bands that we don't need attached anymore. We only have 3 more ends, looks like, on that orange piece. Oh, she's cute. Alright, I'm going to double loop. Alright, I double looped 5 times, and now I'm just going to take 3 bands. One, 2, 3. Let's do one more set of 3. Alright, so attach that set around there. Oops. And I feel like, let's see, whatever, it doesn't really matter that much which side you start with. Wrap around. Loop up. Okay. Flip it to the other side. Wrap around. Loop up. And final set. Wrap around here. And I'm going to loop up twice. And here I'm going to attach a tiny spike. I'm going to make a little spike by wrapping an orange band around my hook, creating 5 loops. And I'm going to pull a double looped band onto there, and I'm going to pull one more double looped band on. Okay, so as I loop up this guy, I'll attach that. And then I'm going to loop up once more, attach another one. Okay, again, let's do one more at the tip here. Oops. So we'll make one more. And you know what, we'll attach one more double looped into here. So double loop a gold band and pull it through, reclaim the loops, and then just tie it off with a gold. So do a slip knot at the very end. There you go. Oh, there we go. And we can pull off all the tying bands. And this gold one at the tip, we can hide it into the tail by zigzagging it back and forth through the sets till it disappears. There you go. And now you want to wire her up if you plan on wiring your dragon. Oh, we can also take off the tying bands at the top of the head here, not the ones on the chin, because we'll be using that for the stomach part. Okay, there we go. So you have the 3 left down there. Alright, so go to wire her up if you plan on wiring. Then go to the next part, and we will finish her up by making her stomach and attaching it. Alright, I will see you over at the final part.